American Water Polo.
Hi, this is Damon Newman from American Water Polo, and we're here today, the profile of the club, Carolina Water Polo. We're going to check out, see what Eric Gordon has been doing lately. How you doing, Eric?
Hanging in.
That's all we
Doing
can do
good.
these days, right?
That's
You hanging
right.
in there?
Somewhere between a vacation and a pandemic. You got it.
There you go. Hey, we're profiling some of these clubs throughout the country. Can you tell me a little bit more about you guys, like your location, age groups, and the mission of
Sure.
the program?
Yeah, we got started about 4 or 5 years ago. I moved here from San Diego. I coached with San Diego Shores for a long time and grew up in North Carolina and moved back here to raise my kids. Um, and started a program in Greensboro with kids probably 8 to 18. And then we sort of moved and we're in Greensboro and Hillsboro and in Cary. So we've got 3 different locations that all now sort of feed a traveling program, or at least fed a traveling program when we were still training, and trying to grow the sport pretty much from the ground up. I mean, there's no youth water polo here at all for the most part. There's one homeschool program when I first moved here, and that was it.
Right on. So yeah, you've been cranking out trying to grow water polo in North Carolina. That's really awesome. What have you been doing? What have you been doing these days to keep yourself busy? Can like take me through your day as typically
Sure.
it is.
I think like a lot of us, we have all become teachers. Our kids are doing distance learning, or online learning, and so that has involved a lot of parent support, and trying to figure that out and trying to keep track of them and plan their day. I also manage property and been working with that, and a lot of yard work. That's kind of what has kept my sanity. I've been trying to get outside as we're getting nice spring weather here, and get to a lot of tasks that had piled up over the winter when the weather was bad and when there wasn't quite so much free time.
Right on. Yeah. So you have the age group athletes, you have the high school age athletes, and have you been able to keep in touch with any of them? How are they holding up during this time period?
Yeah, I kind of took last week as sort of an adjustment week. Put out an email to the club that gave them sort of a bunch of different options on how to approach their uh, this time away from the pool. Jack Bowen wrote a really nice article about getting your mindset right, and somewhat making the best of a bad situation and using this time to pick up strength and to improve your ball handling skills and work on diet and nutrition. And so I kind of rolled with those ideas and folded it into some instructional videos for the kids, a game of the week that sort of feature that I'm going to send to them each week. Had a couple kids come by and get balls from me so that they could do Dryland at home. Been doing a little bit of rebounder work or wall ball, and just trying to give them stuff. But I think in general, like at least around here, we're in a place where everybody's still trying to wrap their mind around where we're at right now.
Right.
We don't have regular water polo as much as say in California, where you know you're really missing out on stuff. Our tournaments were kind of few and far between anyway, so it's made it, I think, a little harder for the kids to maintain a focus thus far. It's definitely made it harder for me to maintain a focus thus far. So
Well, that's good. Yeah, I know. You sound like you're preparing your athletes really well. I know Jack put out. I know the Cap Seven's got some things going. I know. Tips of the week. I know US Water Polo has some features going, and then obviously just the things that you can just grab off the internet.
it's nice when
Regardless of what's up.
you see all those California guys with the backyard pools. I'm
Yeah,
going, that's kind of what we need now, is a backyard pool for everybody, which
yeah, yeah. We're not. Everybody's not always fortunate to have a backyard pool. I would love to have
uh,
one right now too, as well.
Yep, I was watching some of the Cap 7 stuff that I think Wolf Weigo was doing. I'm like, well, yep, you get to walk out back and hop in the pool. And, my good friend Doug Peabody, he's got a pool in his backyard also with 2 water polo goals on each side, and it's deep enough so I know his kids can get in. Um, you know,
We
looking,
got to make the best of it. We got to like
that's
Jack
right.
was saying.
A lot
You
of
got to
dry,
make the
lot of
best
dry
of it.
land over here.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
dry land. You got
You got
it.
dry land. You got rebounders.
Uh-huh.
You try to make the best of the situation for sure. Um,
Absolutely.
So as a coach, like, do you have like a favorite Dryland that you really like? That you
I mean, I
recommend?
love Dryland. There's a video, a Tomas Farrago video on ball
Mhm.
handling skills. It's a old school. It's super grainy.
I
He's got a
remember
really
that
mullet,
one. Yeah.
mullet cut going on. Yeah. He demos a ton of Dryland, and I did a lot of his drills when I had first moved out to California and felt like I was like years behind all the other kids. And honestly, it's simple. High reps with your elbow above your ear and snapping and working on your forearm and your follow through. Right hand, left hand, alternating hands, cross face right, cross face left, and then off the water shots. Like I love tee shots, screw shots, pop shots. I just love the amount of repetition you can get during Dryland. And we do it twice a week anyway with our athletes for the first half hour of practice. And I think it really makes a difference when you get in the pool and you need to handle the ball in traffic.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I agree. And like you said, some of your athletes came by and grabbed the ball, and so keeping that ball in your hand is really important. And I'm sure a quick YouTube search, you can find that grainy Tomas Fargo
it
video out of the
is. It
archive.
comes right up. You're right.
It does
Yeah.
for sure. So, what are you looking forward to the most when you do have the opportunity to get back? I know you and I talking about earlier is when that would be, but when you do have that opportunity to get back on deck with your athletes.
I mean, I think that's the first thing is just seeing my athletes. I think as each day goes by, it is the camaraderie that we all miss, whether it's missing your family members and whether that's your water polo family or your parents who you don't get to see or whatever else. I think one of the things I hope comes out of this is that everybody gains a little appreciation for the small stuff.
Hmm.
It's really easy to look forward to competition and to look forward to playing games or whatever, but I think honestly it's just the practices. It's about showing up on the pool deck and seeing everybody giving high fives, which seems kind of taboo right now, but um, the
For
yeah, I
sure.
look forward to seeing the kids. We had a ton of positive momentum going on. I know my son, he's now almost 10 and he'd been doing 3 and 4 days a week and was really catching the bug. And then I had a couple of players, one who had just been selected to go to the national team selection camp as a
That's
15-year-old
great.
year old
Yeah, I
and
saw that on. I think I saw it on
uh,
your website or the Facebook. Yeah.
from North Carolina. That was super cool. And then we had two kids just move here from San Diego, a 7th grader and a 10th grader who were just fired up. They got into the state, and the same day they arrived here after driving cross country, they came to their first practice. They didn't even go to their home. And then the next day we canceled everything for this thing.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was really exciting to have them in the program and everything headed that way. And I look forward to picking that back up.
Yeah. Well, everybody will be chomping at the bit to get back into it. So, I'm sure that momentum, we'll pick back up, in the coming months.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think so.
one last thing, as we kind of wrap things up, can you recommend a good book that whether it's at, a sports
Yep.
or,
We
recommend a
do
good book for any athletes?
Sure, we do a lot of book work with our athletes, and I've got a ton of favorites. John Wooden's "They Call Me Coach" is a really good read. I like for coaches, his reflections of a coach are really nice because you can break it into little pieces. Um, I hate to say it because I'm a Carolina guy, but Mike Krzyzewski's "Leading with Heart" is a really, really good one. Again, it's also a really good one for coaches as well as athletes. I gave one of our athletes "The Miracle of St. Anthony's," which is a story about Bobby Hurley, who went to
Right.
Duke, which again, I hate to say it, but this kid was a Duke fan, so figured he'd enjoy it. Um, Sacred
Some things
Hoops
have
by
to be, so even in a pandemic situation, a Carolina fan
Yep,
like yourself has to make some
yep.
sacrifices.
That's right. Sacred Hoops by Phil Jackson is a really
Okay.
good one, and also has a lot of good offshoot books that go with it. And then I haven't finished this one yet, but I figured I pulled it out for you.
Oh,
Little
there you
Jay
go.
right there for you.
I did
Well,
read that one.
yeah. So didn't he just get Coach of the Decade or something?
I think he did. I think he
So
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot to teach me. It's
He does.
uh,
He's got a lot of good insight. He does a really good job of compartmentalizing and really, honing in on his message, which I think is is really important for coaches, is just really knowing what you're all about and what your program is about, and like I kind of think staying true to who you are as a coach.
Yeah. I mean, they had a great season this year. It was kind of upended, but considering how much they lost the year before, I don't think they were expected to do near as well, which
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
my Tar Heels were kind of in that boat too, but we didn't have such a great season.
Well, it's the ups and downs of sports,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Eric, dude, I really appreciate the time. You giving me some opportunity to chat and learn more about Carolina Water Polo Club. This is Damon Newman from American Water Polo. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, AmericanWaterPolo.org. And remember, it's important to stay connected to what's important to you.